Okay, so we're back. So this is the second part of this first video on you want to be a monk. So what happened is that I was sitting in the Bangkok sun, and you can imagine that even though it's the morning here, it's 10:30, so the sun is not yet super hot, but it's still quite hot for an iPad. So at one point the iPad just shut down. All right, so I was almost done with what I wanted to tell you. So somebody just came behind me. So I was a yogi for 3 months at Sasanaraka Buddhist Sanctuary, which is SBS in Taiping, Malaysia. And so then after 3 months, then you can decide to request if you want to continue on to become a monk. You can request to become a postulant. So postulant is someone who would then like to go forth in monastic life. So I did. I had the intention to do that right from the start. And then the monks, they get together. They have what's called a sangha kama, which means a meeting of or an act of the community, and then they discuss the request, and then they vote, and then they decide. So I was really, really happy and relieved when I was told that I was accepted as a postulant. So this happened maybe 2 weeks ago. And so now, since it has been 3 months that I was in Malaysia, and that's a 3-month visa, so I had to exit the country, which is what I'm doing by being in Bangkok for 1 week. I'm taking care of some final things. I went to buy an alms bowl because as a postulant, when I return next week, so a few days after my return, then I will have a very small informal ceremony to become to be accepted as a postulant with the Bante Arya. And from that moment, though, then I will follow 10 precepts, which includes no money. So no financial transactions, no credit cards. And so that's why, even though most of what I have financially has been taken care of, there are still a few things, final things that I had to do this week. Because after that, I won't be able to put through any payment. But since I have also a power of attorney with a friend, then if anything comes up, then he can take care of that. Right, so I will go back to Malaysia in just a few days. As I said, I bought an alms bowl. I also bought an iPad mini, and you might wonder, okay, why does a monk need an iPad mini? Because through the classes that we have, then a lot of the book are ebooks. A lot of the suttas, teachings of the Buddha, there's so many of them. Then we can access them from the internet. We can access them with a limited internet. We call that the whitelist, that allows us to access to certain websites that are related to Buddhism. So with an iPad, we're able to do that and have access to all of these different suttas and websites. So that is quite useful for Buddhist studies. So I have that. So I go back on Saturday, then if all goes well, I will be a postulant, and then after that, then I will be a postulant for maybe 4 to 6 months, and then the Sangha, the community, will get together again, and if I decide, I will request to be accepted as a bhikkhu or as a monk, and then they will again vote and decide if I am accepted, and if I am, then I become a bhikkhu under the dependence, we say dependence, or the teaching of SBS for a minimum of 5 years. And so once you're a bhikkhu, you can do it for life, but also some people do it for temporary. It's very much part of the culture in Thailand. But just so you know, that if one decides that I don't want to become a bhikkhu, all that you need to do actually is quite simple, is inform another bhikkhu that you no longer want to be a monk, and that's all. So it's not cast in stone, but at the same time, in my case, I've gone through the bucket list. I don't have anything that I think, oh my God, I have to do this in this lifetime, other than to practice for the cessation and the end of suffering, which is what I want to spend my life doing. So in this video, I didn't get into what is Buddhism and what is relevant. Why is it relevant today, and why is that so important to me, and why could it be important to other people or relevant to other people? And so I've decided to do a separate video on this one. So I invite you, if you have the interest, the question that I have for you is what is Buddhism really? We also have some ideas about what it is. And how is it relevant in life today, modern life? And how could you integrate Buddhism into your daily life so that your suffering becomes less over time? So on this note, I will leave it at that. I wish you well, and I'm sure that your path will lead you, if you listen to it, if you listen to your heart, it will lead you where you need to go. Sadhu, all the best.